Big news in the automotive world. Japanese giant Honda and Nissan are exploring a potential team-up. They've officially announced talks about joining forces, a move that could reshape the industry. Now, everyone's buzzing about EVs, right? It seems like electric is the only road ahead. But hold on, rumor has a Honda is quietly working on a bombshell, something so revolutionary that industry titans in China and even Elon Musk might not see it coming. Imagine an engine that could rewrite the rules of the automotive game. While the competition races towards electric, Honda might be on the verge of unleashing a game changer. Their CEO is hinting at revolution, something that could seriously disrupt the EV landscape. What if Honda unveiled an engine that ditches gasoline, skips the charging station, and outperforms current electric vehicles? Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Stick around, because this could be the plot twist that redefines the future of driving. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the latest tech breakthroughs. But before we get into how Honda might just be outsmarting the entire EV movement, let's go back to where it all began. Meet Soichiro Honda, the man, the legend. This wasn't your typical corporate executive in a suit. Soichiro was a true engineer, a visionary with grease under his fingernails, constantly fiddling with machines. Born in 1906 to a blacksmith father, he was practically raised with tools in hand, fixing bicycles and fascinated by engines. Speed was his passion, and he had an unshakable belief in his ability to build something extraordinary. His journey didn't start with high-performance cars or sleek motorbikes, though. His first venture? Piston rings, those tiny, almost invisible engine components. In 1937, he founded Tokai Seiki, a small outfit supplying parts to Toyota. It was far from a glamorous beginning, and challenges were plenty. World War II devastated his factory, forcing him to rebuild from the ground up. But Soichiro Honda was not one to give up. Post-war Japan was a challenging landscape. Fuel was scarce, and people desperately needed affordable transportation. This is where Soichiro's ingenuity shone. In 1946, he had a brilliant idea: attach repurposed military generator engines to bicycles. Just like that, the very first Honda motorcycle, a makeshift but functional solution, came to life. It was a humble start, but it got people moving. 2 years later, in 1948, Soichiro Honda officially founded the Honda Motor Company. From those early rudimentary motorized bicycles, Honda's ascent was meteoric. Soon, Honda motorcycles weren't just on the road. They were conquering it. Their bikes began to dominate racetracks, shattering records and demonstrating to the world that Japanese engineering could compete with and even surpass the best from the West. Then, Honda ventured into automobiles. And they didn't just build basic transportation. They engineered cars with lively engines that were user-friendly, quick, and incredibly reliable. Driving a Honda became an experience, not just a commute. The Honda brand solidified its legendary status. Today, Honda is the world's largest engine manufacturer. Whether it's motorcycles, cars, power equipment, jets, or even Formula One race cars, there's a good chance a Honda engine is at its heart. From a determined mechanic with oil-stained hands to a global automotive leader, that's the incredible journey of Honda. Honda isn't just a name. It's a powerhouse in the automotive world. Annually, they sell over 4 million vehicles, ranking them as the 7th largest car manufacturer globally. But Honda's success isn't merely about volume. They have a well-earned reputation for crafting exceptionally reliable cars, brimming with smart features and innovative design, all delivered with a touch of sophistication. Consider the Honda Accord. It's a perennial favorite, widely recognized as a leader in its class. To give you an idea, in the first 6 months of 2017 alone, Honda sold over 161,000 Accords. That kind of success isn't accidental. People choose Hondas because they are dependable, whether the driver's first car or their latest family vehicle. Yet, Honda's ambition doesn't stop at building durable cars. They are constantly innovating, always with an eye on the future, striving to stay at the forefront of automotive technology. Back in the 1970s, for instance, they were already innovating. Remember the CVCC engine? It was revolutionary, effortlessly meeting America's tough emission standards. And who could forget VTEC, the tech that lets small engines punch way above their weight? Honda has a legacy of pushing boundaries. They were pioneers in the U.S. hybrid market, showing that green cars could still be thrilling. But now, they're brewing up something entirely different. It's not another hybrid, and it's not purely electric. Honda thinks traditional engines still have life in them. They just need a clever reinvention. Their audacious new bet? Hydrogen. That's right, hydrogen. Now, Honda is legendary for its engine mastery. So why gamble on hydrogen when the rest of the world is going all in on EVs? How could a single strategic move from Honda potentially upend the entire electric vehicle narrative? The answer is hydrogen, and it might just be the curveball the auto industry never saw coming. Not long ago, electric cars felt like pure sci-fi. No gasoline, no engine rumble, just plug in and go. Seemed impossible, right? But look around now. Teslas with their massive touchscreens are a common sight, and you can juice up your car during a coffee break. The EV revolution didn't just arrive. It struck with the force of a lightning storm. Governments worldwide threw their weight behind it, offering tax incentives, rebates, and all kinds of perks to encourage the switch from gasoline. Some nations even drew a line in the sand, declaring an end date for new petrol and diesel car sales. Spurred on by the global drive against climate change, EVs received a massive boost. Suddenly, electric wasn't just a fad. It was the future everyone was racing towards. And EV technology has improved dramatically. Batteries now offer greater range. Charging times are shrinking, and once the novelty of silent cars wore off, demand soared. Today, virtually every major automaker, Ford, Hyundai, you name it, is launching electric models as the next big thing. EVs are often painted as the flawless, silent heroes of a greener tomorrow, but there's a side of the story that often gets overlooked. Let's peel back the curtain. First, those batteries aren't eternal. They're massive, heavy, and filled with rare earth elements like cobalt and lithium, materials that are difficult and environmentally damaging to extract. We're talking about significant ecological footprints, from scarred earth to water contamination. And when these batteries reach the end of their life, disposing of them responsibly is a huge challenge we're still grappling with. Then there's the whole charging experience. It's not a quick 5-minute pit stop like at a gas station. It can mean hours tethered to a charger, especially if you can't find a rapid one. Range anxiety is real, too. That constant low-level stress about making it to your destination, particularly on longer trips with sparse charging infrastructure. Cost is another hurdle. EVs typically come with a premium price tag, even with government subsidies. And while charging might seem cheap now, picture the strain on the grid and your wallet if everyone plugs in simultaneously. So, while EVs appear to be a perfect solution on the surface, a closer look reveals some significant challenges. It's not as simple as just trading gas pumps for power plugs. We need a truly sustainable and accessible solution for all, one that doesn't just postpone the environmental bill. So, while the rest of the automotive world largely jumps aboard the EV train, Honda is signaling a different route, a deliberate detour. They're aiming to bypass the extended charging times, the looming battery disposal crisis, and a reliance on ethically and environmentally questionable rare earth mining. What's Honda's alternative? It's not electric in conventional sense, nor is it a traditional internal combustion engine. They're championing a unique path, hydrogen power. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and when used in a fuel cell, its only byproduct is water. That means no harmful emissions, no pollution, just clean H2O. Honda is placing a significant wager on hydrogen as the ultimate solution for truly clean transportation. And this isn't a new whim for them. They've been deeply involved in hydrogen research and development for years and are poised to make their next big move. In fact, as far back as 2015, Honda introduced a hydrogen-powered vehicle. It looked like something ripped straight out of a sci-fi flick. But this wasn't your average gas guzzler, and it didn't plug in like an electric car either. Meet the Honda Clarity Fuel Cell, a hydrogen power machine that made waves when it launched at the Tokyo Motor Show. It wasn't just Japan's first hydrogen car you could actually buy. It was a futuristic ride through and through. Honda didn't just drop a new engine into an old shell. They built the Clarity from the ground up to run on hydrogen. Inside, It featured a slick wave flow tech system that pushed hydrogen around more efficiently, squeezing out extra power without wasting a drop. The fuel cells were compact but powerful, placed perfectly to deliver more muscle than anything Honda had made before. The result? A whisper-quiet, ultra-clean car that could go the distance, up to 360 miles on a full tank. Back then, that outpaced most electric cars. It sipped fuel at an impressive 88 miles per gallon equivalent, and the only thing coming out of the tailpipe was water vapor. Silent, smooth, and spacious, the Clarity seemed to have cracked the code for clean driving. But then, things fell apart. Despite all the innovation, the Clarity never took off like Honda had hoped. The car itself was solid. The problem was the world around it. Hydrogen stations were few and far between, unless you lived in California or certain parts of Japan. Good luck finding a place to fill up. Road trips? Stressful. Nobody wants a car that leaves them stranded. Then there was the image problem. Hydrogen felt unfamiliar, even intimidating. Meanwhile, electric cars were booming. Plug in, charge up and go. EVs were hot. Celebrities were driving them. Governments were throwing out incentives, and charging stations were popping up everywhere. Hydrogen cars like the Clarity? No buzz. No tax breaks. No easy test drives. Despite being an engineering marvel, the Clarity just couldn't win the popularity contest. In 2021, Honda pulled the plug on the Clarity and its electric and plug-in cousins. But here's the twist. Hydrogen isn't out of the game. Honda didn't walk away empty-handed. They walked away smarter. The big lesson? Hydrogen fuel cell tech works. It just arrived before the world was ready. So Honda stepped back, watched the EV boom play out, and quietly kept refining their hydrogen tech. Now they're back, and this time they brought a partner, General Motors. Together, they built something new to fix the Clarity's past problems, with longer range, smarter tech, and a familiar face. Introducing the CR-V Hydrogen SUV. This isn't just a facelift. It's a full-blown comeback that could shake up the EV world. Under the hood of this next-gen CR-V is a bold new take on clean driving. At first glance, it looks like your typical Honda SUV. But don't be fooled. Underneath, it's powered entirely by hydrogen. Instead of a gas engine or a plug-in battery, you've got two high-pressure hydrogen tanks in the back, efficient, compact, and built for safety. Beneath the seats is a smart power unit that keeps everything running smoothly, balancing speed and control like a pro. Here's the real game changer. No plug needed. The fuel cell system turns hydrogen into electricity on the fly. Hydrogen and oxygen combine in a clean, controlled reaction that powers the car in real time. And the only emission is pure water vapor. What does that mean for you? Speed and simplicity. Refueling takes just 3 to 5 minutes, as quick as a gas stop. And once you're full, the CR-V Hydrogen SUV can travel just as far as your average gas car, as some of the best electric cars out there. So you won't be stressing about losing power mid-adventure. That's a massive win for everyday drivers who want a simple, no-compromise ride that's friendly to the planet. Honda's CR-V Hydrogen SUV is more than just a car. This isn't just a vehicle to get you from point A to B. It's packed with features that make it a genuine game changer. One of the coolest? It can share its power. Think of it as a backup generator on wheels. If a storm knocks out your electricity, the CR-V can keep the lights on and your device is charged. It's not just transportation. It's a lifeline when you need it most. But don't think Honda traded comfort for tech. The CR-V still delivers that classic Honda experience. Sleek, roomy, and perfect for families. The hydrogen system is cleverly tucked away, so you still get all the cargo space you need for groceries, gear, or weekend getaways. It all feels seamless, like the high-tech stuff was meant to be there from the start. Honda's rollout strategy? Smart. They're beginning in places like California and Japan, areas where hydrogen refueling stations already exist. That means drivers can enjoy the car without worrying about where to fill up. As more stations pop up, Honda will expand. No rushed hype, just a solid, long-term strategy backed by the right partners. And that's what makes this SUV a stealthy threat to the EV world. While other companies chase faster chargers and bigger batteries, Honda's already offering instant refueling, long range, and zero emissions, all wrapped in a reliable, familiar package. And here's the bigger picture. If the CR-V hydrogen SUV is this good now, imagine what Honda could do with its full lineup. For years, hydrogen cars like Clarity had one major setback. There just weren't enough places to refuel. The tech was ready. The efficiency? Impressive. But without infrastructure, the dream stalled. Now things are changing fast. Hydrogen stations are spreading across the U.S., with California leading the charge. Other states are gearing up to follow. Japan has gone all in on hydrogen, building it into their national energy strategy. Germany is creating a network for powering long-haul trucks, and China, the world's largest auto market, is investing billions to fuel buses, taxis, and more. This isn't wishful thinking anymore. Governments are placing real bets on hydrogen. Why? Because it's not just clean, it's practical. It works for heavy-duty vehicles, long-distance travel, and busy transit systems. Hydrogen refuels in minutes, keeps you moving farther, and avoids the congestion of crowded charging stations. Here's where it gets really interesting. Electric vehicles are booming, but the system behind them is starting to show cracks. Power grids are under pressure. In some places, people are even asked not to charge during peak hours. We need more electricity, but we're not building the infrastructure fast enough. And then there's the battery issue. EVs rely on rare materials like lithium and cobalt, expensive, difficult to mine, and not exactly eco-friendly. With shortages looming and recycling challenges rising, the green image of EVs is facing real questions. Hydrogen skips all that. No power grid overload, no long charge times, and no dependency on hard-to-get metals. The best part? Hydrogen can be made from water, using renewable energy like sunlight or wind. It's called green hydrogen. Imagine running your car on sunshine and water. No pollution, no grid strain, no massive batteries. Hydrogen isn't here to replace electric cars. It's carving its own lane. It's ideal for things EVs struggle with. Long-haul freight city buses and remote areas where chargers are an option. It's not about choosing sides. It's about giving people more choices. And now, with hydrogen infrastructure finally catching up, Honda is jumping in at just the right moment. The CR-V hydrogen SUV isn't ahead of its time anymore. It's right on time. But Honda's not stopping there. They're not just building fuel stations or pushing eco-vibes. They're dreaming bigger. Behind the scenes, Honda is engineering the next generation of clean performance and doing what they've always done best, making great engines. From nimble scooters to high-octane race cars, Honda has built some of the most legendary engines ever. But with gas on its way out, what does performance even mean anymore? For Honda, the answer is clear: hydrogen. They're taking fuel cell tech to the next level. Smooth, fast, responsive, and totally clean. No noise, no emissions, just water vapor and instant power. And they're not going it alone. Honda has teamed up with General Motors to combine their engineering smarts with GM's electric expertise. The result? Smaller, faster, more efficient fuel cell systems. The kind of innovation that could rewrite the rules for green mobility. But wait, there's more. Honda is also part of a powerhouse alliance with Toyota, Subaru, Mazda, and Yamaha. Together, they're developing ultra-clean combustion engines that run on alternative fuels, like biofuels, hydrogen, even ammonia. This isn't just about competing with electric cars. It's about creating a future where clean driving comes in more than one flavor. More options. That's the beauty of hydrogen engines. They can go where EVs can't. Think remote areas or places with unreliable power grids. While most companies are just chasing the EV wave, Honda's flipping the script, redefining what a car can be. It's still about performance, reliability, and that signature Honda feel. But now, it's built for a cleaner, brighter future. Instead of designing a whole new car from scratch, Honda's going straight to the heart, the engine. And they're already teaming up with the world's top players to make that vision real. This isn't just evolution, it's Honda's next chapter. And it's shaping up to be one thrilling ride. So, can Honda's hydrogen CR-V outshine EVs? Let's break it down. First, charging time. Most electric vehicles, you're looking at anywhere from 30 minutes to hours, depending on the charger. But the CR-V, it's good to go in just 3 to 5 minutes. That's gas station fast, a total game changer. Then there's range. EVs typically get between 200 to 300 miles per charge. The CR-V hydrogen SUV, nearly 400 miles on a full tank. For road trips, commutes, or busy days. That means fewer stops and way less stress. And when it comes to being green, EVs produce zero tailpipe emissions. And that's great. But the CR-V goes a step further. It's only byproduct, pure water vapor. No massive battery packs. No concerns about how to make or recycle them. Just clean, efficient energy with a smaller environmental footprint. Now, let's be clear, Honda's not trying to wipe out EVs. But with the CR-V's speed, range, and eco-edge, it's definitely putting up a serious fight. Yes, EVs still have more charging stations, and you can plug them in at home. But hydrogen's catching up fast. In California, Japan, Germany, and China, refueling infrastructure is expanding rapidly. And when you do refill a hydrogen CR-V, it's quick, painless, and doesn't stress the power grid like EV fast charging can. Here's a key difference. EVs rely on rare materials like lithium and cobalt, which are expensive, difficult to mine, and not so great for the environment. Hydrogen fuel cells skip all of that. No massive batteries to degrade, no mining mess, and no fire risks. Just clean, reliable energy that feels simple and safe. Right now, EVs dominate headlines, but they're not without their flaws. Slow charging, limited range, rising electricity prices, and battery anxiety. That's why drivers are looking at alternatives, hybrids, plug-ins, and now hydrogen-powered cars like Honda CR-V. And here's what's genius. Honda didn't put this tech in some futuristic concept car. They put it in the CR-V, a family SUV people already trust. It feels familiar, but now it's cleaner, quicker, and honestly, cooler than ever. Will hydrogen replace electric vehicles? Not necessarily, and it doesn't have to. Even taking a slice of the market could shift the way we think about clean driving. It pushes automakers to innovate harder, faster, and smarter. Honda's move into hydrogen isn't just bold, it's smart. It's part of a bigger global race to find the cleanest, most efficient ways to power the future. Electric cars are just one piece of the puzzle. The clean energy world? It's alive with big ideas and fierce competition. Enjoyed this deep dive? Give a thumbs up, share it with your crew, and smash that subscribe button for more bold stories from the world of cutting-edge cars. And hey, don't miss what's next. Click that next video right now. You won't regret it.